What up, y'all? It's Rob from Extreme Boating, and today I am going to be covering the reasons why you should convert. Now, a lot of people are putting away their boats for the fall and winter seasons. It is cold out, I totally understand, but right now is even more the reason why you should consider either modifying your current outboard or even repowering. Well, I mean, I guess technically it'd be a repower either way, but it's a good time to do it. So this mod covers the Mercury 1.0 liter class. It actually would cover the 2.1 liter class as well. There are some more additional modifications needed to do that for the 2.1 liter class, but for sake of simplicity, I'm going to be covering the 1.0 liter class right now. This would apply to Suzuki, Yamaha, and I believe even Evinrude. Honda might be part of it. I'm not 1000% sure, but that'd be something you guys would have to do your homework on if you're watching this video. Regardless, like I said, we're covering the 1.0 liter class Mercury in general. So one of the main reasons, actually the main reasons why I'm making this video is so you understand the benefits to repowering. As meager as the horsepower might be, at least for the 1.0 liter class, if you're stepping up from a 50 horse and you're considering stepping up to a 60, then you know, you're thinking 10 horsepower. It's not much, but it actually is when you're talking about like a lightweight tin aluminum boat, and even more so actually to the inflatable classes of boats. So let's get into it. Main reasons: there's no penalty to weight. So the 1.0 liter class Mercury engines all weigh about 252 pounds. And by converting, there's no additional weight to add. So, I mean, you know, you really have no additional weight to gain by doing so. So the next reason on the list is going to be a better acceleration all around. So in my experience, at least, and what's likely to be yours, I noticed a much quicker acceleration across the entire power band when I made the conversion. The next reason is going to be less time to plane and a better hole shot ultimately. So when you're utilizing the correct propeller and the engine is set up correctly on your boat and optimized to make the most power, you will gain a much quicker hole shot time by increasing your horsepower as little as 10 horse alone. For the 40 horse, you're talking about an extra 20 ponies, honestly, and that is a game changer for the 40s. This is going to be, at least this conversion is for what would be the 40 horsepower Bigfoot version. The other 40 horsepowers are 3 cylinders, and they cannot do the conversion because they are 747cc, not the 1.0 liter. So this only applies to the 40 horsepower 4-cylinder versions. Those have a larger gear case than their 3-cylinder counterparts. So the next reason to convert is the ability to step up in prop pitch. I will show you the props I've converted to. This is the original Black Max, and here it is. You can see that. It's a Black Max. It's a 14 pitch, and here's the 15 pitch vengeance I was able to step up to just by doing the conversion alone. So one of the main benefits that come with maxing the power out of the same engine you own is that it'll increase your RPM output. In this instance, about 200 to 300 RPM. It just depends on your hole. But we're talking a 50 to 60 conversion. It'll step you up 200 to 300 RPM just right out of the gate. I was able to, if I stuck to aluminum, I probably would have been able to step up to a 16 pitch, just by the conversion alone. Stainless, I was able to step up 1 pitch entirely. So the difference, I'd probably say, is about 400 or so RPM. If you're going aluminum to aluminum. When you're doing a conversion, I don't recommend sticking to aluminum, especially if, your end result is speed. I wouldn't do aluminum. That's just me. Your wallet will dictate the conversion, honestly. So if you were already propped correctly, doing the conversion will take you up past your specified engine RPM. So in this case, when you're talking a 60 horse conversion, you're talking about 5,500 to 6,000 RPM. These Mercury 60 horsepower engines are based on the same power head as the Yamaha F70s. So, with saying that, it is better to be on the hot side of the power band. And when I'm saying the hot side, I mean 5,800 RPM and up. If you check the specs on the Yamaha website, you'll see that the F70 power head makes its full horsepower at 5,800 RPM and up. That leaves you within a narrow window of about 200 RPM. It's really easy to get into that range, honestly. So it shouldn't be too much of an issue. So stepping up in pitch is kind of a double-edged sword. As I was mentioning earlier, it'll cost you more to get propped correctly again if you were already in the proper power band range originally, but it'll let you get more speed out of the conversion. The more pitch you have, the more water you can move theoretically, which in this case winds up being true. The next reason to convert is better fuel economy. So after I did some calculations of the fuel economy on the 50 horsepower version of the engine, I found that a 6-gallon tank will last you roughly about 40 miles, give or take about a mile or two, just factoring in different speeds and RPMs. So this winds up being about 6.6 miles per gallon, which, it's kind of critical when you're talking about these small fuel tanks, and on the majority of these smaller boats, tin and inflatables, you are somewhat limited in the space available to you in fuel you can carry, just due to the space constraints. So by converting, you'll gain at least 1 mile per gallon additional. In my particular instance, I'm getting 7.8 miles per gallon now. And that I give my engine hell. I just run it at wide open throttle almost all day long. Just imagine if I was cruising at lower speeds, keeping the RPM down. So the final and my favorite reason for doing a conversion on any outboard in general is just higher max speed. So at least in this class, for the sake of this video, we're talking the 1.0 liter class. Most of the 50 horsepower engines will top out anywhere between 34 to 36 miles per hour on these boats. These results will vary based on the weight and configuration, of course. And these were my personal results. But by maxing out the horsepower available on your particular outboard, you'll see a speed increase of anywhere between 39 to 42 miles per hour. And that's just a rough estimation on top speed. The most I've ever seen mine hit was 43.7. It's GPS confirmed. All these speeds are GPS confirmed. But I'm currently overpropped on my setup. I'm running a 14 pitch trophy sport, and I'm currently in the process of repitching to a 15. So that should net me anywhere between I'd probably say about 43 to maybe even 45 miles an hour. The results are pending, obviously. I don't know what they will be, like max effort, but you know, it's quite a considerable jump. But it's a lot more than the 50 horsepower could ever hope to offer. Just because of the extra power that you're making on the conversion, the hull is able to lift higher out of the water, so it thereby decreases the water resistance needed to go faster. These are my top reasons for doing the conversions. I think it's totally worth it. The pricing will vary depending if you go new or used on your computer. New or used on your propeller. These parts are getting harder to find right now because of shortages. So, you know, like I said, pricing will vary. I think I came out on the high side as far as pricing for the conversion went. Would I do it again? Yeah, I'd totally do it every time. I could just haul more weight now easier. The plane time is quicker, the whole shot is quicker. It's just faster all around. It's totally worth it. I would do it. If you're watching this video and you're asking yourself whether or not I should do it, if you're contemplating, then you probably should. Anywho, this is just a quick video I wanted to make. Thank you so much for your time, you guys. Like and subscribe as always. Go ahead and leave a comment below if you need some help on anything. I'm always here. I always try and respond in a relatively quick fashion. So just let me know. I will be making some more videos down the pipeline. Got some more stuff coming out. I just figured this is a good one to make because of all the subsequent questions I've been getting after releasing the first two videos, one with my current top speed and one highlighting what's actually needed to do the conversion, where things are located. So thanks again, guys. Take care.